is introduction to testing, and why do we need to test? Let's take a look into that. Of testing. Let me remove this portion. I don't want to. I'm going to remove this concept of this out. Let's remove the word software. Let's see only as testing. So now, since I removed the concept of testing, right? I've removed the word software out of testing. This can be anything. Testing of a washing machine, testing of an aeroplane, whatever, any generic term, right? Now let's see how the definition of testing comes into picture, right? Testing is an investigation conducted to provide stakeholders with information about the quality of the product or service under test. What does this mean, right? Why do you call this as testing as an investigation? I am a tester. I'm not an investigator. What do you mean by this, right? Now, let's take a simple example of, say, a washing machine, right? Let's take a simple example of a washing machine. Okay, I'm not an artist, so bear with my drawing. Okay, since I have a top load, I am drawing a top load. Okay, now consider this as a washing machine, right? Now I'm the owner of this company who designed this washing machine. Now I want a person to test the washing machine. Now let's give me some example of what would you look into a washing machine. Let's not think as a tester. Let's think as a customer. What would you want in a washing machine? An example of what would you look into a washing machine?
Something to
forget about the quality. Like, you know, if I'm going to give you a LG or a Samsung washing machine in front of you. Okay. Or I'm asking you, can you help me to buy a washing machine? Wash my clothes, right?
The timer.
Okay. Yeah, it should have a timer. Yes, it should have a timer. Fine. Any perfect. Off. Yes. Picture.
Yes.
Perfect.
Type of load.
Perfect. Yeah. Type of load. Yeah, heavy, light. Yeah, type of clothes.
Of cloth is like silk, woolen.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Different slots for detergent and liquid.
Slots for detergent. Okay, fine. Slots. Give me one more, guys. Yep.
Size and color.
Size and color.
Size means how many tons we can load. I mean, I don't know the exact word, but
size.
How big it is.
Okay. Yeah, size. Okay, I'll just leave it as size. Okay. Anything else, guys? Fine. Let's stop with this. Okay. Now, what did I ask you to say? I asked you to tell me what would you want. In a washing machine. What would you want in a washing machine? Okay, Kirti's price and space is what we mentioned. It's like a size. So just that's why. Give me one second. Oops. Okay. Clean output. Yeah, washing my clothes. Right. That would come in that. So now, Well, I just asked you a question. What would you want in a washing machine? Now you have given me a list of menu items, right? Now this is what you call requirements, right? Now instead of you as a customer writing down this, there will be a business analyst whom we call as BA, business analyst, who would write down or chart down what the requirements would be for a washing machine. Now she would say, yes, I want the washing machine to wash the clothes. Washing machine should have a timer. Washing machine, you should on and off the washing machine. It should have a temperature. It should have different types of load. It should be able to wash different types of clothes. It should have a slot where I can put detergent. I can put whatever things, and I should be able to choose what size washing machine I need depending upon the load. So these are how the requirement comes in, right? Now based on this requirement, I'm going to give you, right, I'm going to say example, this example of a timer, or say let's take the first example. Say that machine should be able to wash the clothes. Okay, how are you going to test it? How are you going to test it? How are you going to test this particular requirement that it should wash my clothes?
I'm going to put the clothes in the washing machine and then turn it on and check if it's washing the clothes. Correct.
I'm going to go and take some clothes, put it into the washing machine and see whether it works, right? So what are you actually doing? You are checking whether this particular functionality works or not, correct?
Correct.
Right? Yes. So you are investigating whether this particular functionality works or not. You are doing an investigation, correct?
Yes.
You are checking whether my washing machine can wash.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
That is tester's job comes into picture. You as a tester will check whether this particular washing machine works or not. Similarly, say let's take if it's a software. I wanted to the developer creates a software where you can add two numbers. Now how do you test it? I'm going to put 5 and 5 and see whether the software is giving me 10. So physically I'm going to do and check whether my result is coming. So I will take the requirement. My requirement is for this washing machine is that it should be able to wash my clothes. So what Chitra is going to do, Chitra is going to take a set of clothes, put it into this washing machine and check whether it's really washing my clothes. So you are investigating. For whom are you doing this? Can you tell me whom are you doing this? I asked you to wash this cloth, test this requirement. For whom are you testing this?
So for the customer, he has to satisfy.
No, it's not for the customer. No, you never do anything for the customer. Okay, customer is the one who buys the product, right? You don't even know who's going to buy the product. So you are nowhere related to the customer. Okay. So let's see. Wait, tell me whom are you trying to satisfy this?
For myself at the moment.
No. You as a tester will not satisfy yourself. Why do you want to satisfy yourself?
No. Testing it whether it works or not, right? The machine.
Yeah.
So,
whom are you satisfying?
Oh, satisfying the person, just the requirement that I have.
My question, yeah, you took this requirement, you put the clothes, you started washing. Whom are you satisfying this? Okay, let's see, there are multiple.
The person who created the product, the one who owns the product.
The one who owns the product, yes, perfect. The one who owns the product, right? I, as the owner of the product, that is, I'm not talking about the customer. You are not talking about the customer, right? Are you talking about the customer?
The person who owns, yeah.
Yes,
not
the
about the customer, person who owns the product or item.
Yes, the person who owns the product. So the person who owns the product, say example, we are taking an LG washing machine. The company that owns the product, right? Not you as a customer who's going to buy the product. the company which designed this product and owns the product. You are testing for them, not for yourself. You are basically testing for them. This is the requirement that's given to you. You are investigating whether this requirement satisfy, you are able to satisfy these requirements by testing each and every requirement for the company that you are working for. So who's the person? How do you name this person who owns the product? We call him the stakeholder.
No.
You got to lower your hand, Prabala? Okay.
No.
Yeah, Monica?
Yeah, I supposed to
Monica?
answer the same one. Yeah, I supposed to answer the same one.
Okay.
Yeah, LG as
Okay.
a stakeholder, but by the time you answered it.
Yeah, thank you. So, the stakeholder is the person who owns the product. So now, looking at this, you as an investigator will provide the stakeholder information about the quality. What are you trying to do here? You are testing whether washing machine can wash, the timer works, you can switch on, temperature works, you can put different types of load. What is this? This all indicates to the quality of the product. This all indicates to the quality of this particular product. If none of this works and you put it in the market, will anyone buy this? Say simple example. Do you use for your say coriander powder? What company masala do you use? Or for any chaat masala, what company product do you use?
MTR.
MDH, right? Or MTR? MTR, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm telling you, say example for the chaat masala, you are using MTR. Okay. I am a friend of yours, and I'm telling we bought MDH, and the chaat masala was very tasty. Would you try it?
Yes.
And if you like it, what will you do?
I'll continue using MDH.
Why?
Because it tastes better than MTR.
What is that? What is that terminology called?
Better quality.
It's the quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Better quality, right?
Yes.
So depending upon the quality of the product, every product is rated a star rating, right? Every product is rated a star rating. Bear with my drawings. I told you I'm not a good artist, so my star looks like a cross. So bear with it. So every product is given a star rating, right? So, and plus the customer reviews, right? You want to buy a tablet. First thing what you see, what is the customer who previously bought the product talks about it. If 9 out of 10 customers says this is a crappy product, I don't think so you're going to buy that product, right? You will not dare to buy the product. If 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 customer says the product is excellent product, and one guy says it was a bullshit, but you tend to overlook that 1%, but the 9 people out of 90% out of 100 people have told it's a good product, you tend to go for the product, right? So customer review, how does the customer review it? Customer reviews it or gives the comment based on the quality of the product. So the company's stake depends on how good you are able to test the product and release the product into the market. The developer develops it, everything, but if you are not testing it properly, right, then you can lose. The company can lose its customers, right? That's a big loss for the company. When maintaining an existing customer is more expensive than getting a new customer, right? Because the existing customer will tend to move quickly outside for a newer product than getting a new product. So if I have to make Priyanka stick on to my MD, if I'm the owner of MTR, and I stick on to MTR rather than going into MDH, then my quality should be better than or equivalent to MDH. Say example, if you buy MDH, Okay, as I told you to buy MDH, you bought MDH and you didn't find much difference.
Yes.
You feel MTR and MDH taste the same.
Yes.
Would you continue with MDH or you will go back to MTR only?
I'll go back to MTS.
Because you are used to that product, right?
Yes. Yes.
So quality of the product that you are working with is the most important in any testing industry, any testing, right from the aeroplane to washing machine. Now, let me remove this out and say for software. Now, for software, it's the same. Software testing is an investigation. I did not change the definition. Only thing I put software in front of it. Now, software testing is an investigation conducted to provide stakeholders with information about the quality of the product or service under test. So, anything also falls under the same category. No matter it is washing machine, no matter it's aeroplane or a software. Testing, you are only testing for the quality of the software and nothing else. Okay. So, guys, this gives you a picture of what the definition of software testing is all about. Talk about now. I'm going to clean up my entire page. So this is what is software testing about. It's a very, very simple concept. There is no jargons there, no hidden aspects there. Very, very simple. You just investigate. I'm going to give you 10 requirements. I'm going to tell you what you have to test. Right? I as a project manager, there will be a development team. Every team that is there is going to tell you the things that I want you to test. Go and test it. Now what will happen is Ahmad will start investigating whether this particular functionality works. That's your job. You got to do it with your dedication. If you don't find that if I click on the off button and the machine is not switching off, that means it's a defect. Now you raise the defect. We'll talk about this. Don't worry. We'll talk about in detail about this when we are doing more about manual testing. We'll talk about this. Now the concept is what we have to be familiarized with, right? We have to understand where we stand, where we ourselves as a quality assurance engineer, as a tester, where do we stand? That's what we need to understand here. Now, when I was talking about quality, what is quality all about? Like, what is quality all about? I was talking about quality. What is this quality? Now, let's see the definition of quality. Till now, in our day-to-day life, we have spoken about quality. Hey, this quality is not good. That quality is better than this. This washing machine is better quality. This particular tablet is of good quality compared to the other tablets. We have spoken about quality so much. Now, what is this quality all about, right? Let's see the definition of quality. Software functional quality reflects how well it complies with the design. Now, let me take out the software, right? Let me take out this. Let me take out all the software portion and just talk about quality. Just talk about quality. Quality reflects how well it complies or conforms with a given design, based on functional requirements and specifications. Bullshit. I don't want all these things. Take out all these things. Let's only concentrate on this. Quality reflects how well it complies with or conforms to a given design. What does this mean? Quality reflects how well it complies with or conforms to a design. What do you mean by that?
To meet customer user requirements.
You as a tester will never talk about the customer. Okay?
User.
You are not bothered about who's going to use the product. If you are testing a washing machine, I will not think, say example, I am testing the washing machine. I will not think, presses this button, will this work? I'm not going to think like that, right? You as a tester is only worried about requirement 1, wash my clothes, right? I'm only worried whether if I want to perform this activity, will this activity be performed in my given washing machine? That's all. I'm not going to worry what will Rajesh do if he buys the product. No. Okay. Never think about the customer when you are testing. Okay. Now,
example of masala, the one you gave, that if like, I'm using an MDH masala, so the quality of that should, like I follow the step and make a recipe, and it should conform to the requirement or the taste it should give to know that it has a good quality, certain kind of requirement, and it should be able to comply to that, make a good recipe or sabji, kind of something like that.
Masala only, right? Perfect. Example of the masala only. Okay, I am buying a paneer tikka masala, okay, from the market, and I'm trying to make paneer tikka masala. Okay, depends on the chef. Okay, the person, if I make paneer tikka masala, it will come like aloo burji. Okay, my wife makes a paneer tikka masala, it might come like a paneer tikka masala. Okay, but if I know how to make paneer tikka masala and I make paneer tikka masala and it tastes different, that means the quality of the product does not comply to what it is designed for. Correct?
Yes.
That is what is quality. You have so many items in your house. You have TV, you have TV, you have washing machine, you have laptop, you have bed, you have refrigerator, all the stuffs in the house, right?
Yeah.
You are the customer now with so many products. Have you ever spoken? Have any company called up and asked, "Is there anything missing in our product?"
Not so.
No company calls the customer and asks the requirement. Okay, simple. They don't do that. Okay, because if I ask 10 customers will have 10 different opinions. Okay, so no company does that. So the requirement comes from the business analyst. Business analysts are domain experts. They know what the product should be, what the product should have, what is must to have and what is good to have. Okay. So the BA, that is the business analyst, writes the requirements. It comes through a set of documents like a BRD, FRD. I'm not using those terminologies. Don't hold on to me. We are going to see what is BRD, FRD in our manual testing, but not now. It comes through a set of documents. Now coming on to as a tester, you will get those requirements from the BA, right? And then the developer also gets the same requirement, develops the product. You will take the same requirement and test the product. That's all. There is nowhere you talk to the customer or the company talks to the customer and says, no, I newly introduced this button. Do you like it? The customer will say, no, I like it, but if it's in the left side, it would be good. Another customer will say, if it is in the right side, it will be good. So are you going to have two buttons, left and right? No. So company decides what has to be there and what not to be there, and they release the product. You as a customer will buy it and get adjusted to that. Correct?
Yeah.
So that's how it goes. So the quality, as you said, the quality of the product should match to the design. But when you're looking at the design, the next slide, what you're going to see is that how well the design matches the requirement. So that is all interrelated. Quality to design and design to requirement. It comes from requirement, design, quality. So it is a interrelated activity or interrelated concept that we are seeing here. Take that concept out of that. The company is going to talk to the customer and get the requirement. No, there are domain experts. They are going to provide you the requirement.
Rajesh, I want to hear from your words.
Okay. What you all said is right. Quality means, say, gave me an example with the masala itself, right? Now, I am the owner of, say, MDH masala, okay? And I am bringing out a product for paneer tikka masala, okay? So the paneer tikka masala, when you use that masala, you should get the flavor and the taste of paneer tikka. Okay, if you don't get it, what do you say? What will you say? If you are using paneer tikka masala and it doesn't even taste close to a paneer tikka masala, what
The
will
quality is
be
not
your
good.
answer
That
to
means
that
it's not
particular product?
Yeah, that means the quality is not good, and that means it's not satisfying my
Quality.
requirement.
It's not
Hello?
satisfying your requirement, but when the product was designed, correct, it's not satisfying your requirement. When the product was designed, right, someone added all the masalas and made it into a paneer tikka masala, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even at that level, they would have cooked paneer tikka masala with this masala to see whether they are getting the flavor. Unless and until they check, they will not go into the market. Understood?
Mm-hmm.
So quality, when you are designing a product, say example, I'm designing a product of a washing machine and it does not wash my clothes. Does the design match the quality? No, right? So now you read the sentence. Quality reflects how well it complies or conforms to the given design. If my washing machine is not doing the basic thing of washing my clothes, there is no quality, right, in the product. Again,
Let's forget about washing machine or masala, but in general, how do we define quality? It may be a product or it may be a software or whatever it might be. How do we define quality? If someone asks me, what should I say?
This is the definition. This is the definition. Quality reflects how well it complies or conforms to a given design. No matter anything you pick, anything. I'm not talking, that's why I cancelled out software there. I don't want you to hold on to software as quality. No. Any given product should comply to the design of that product. Software. I am designing a software to add two numbers or convert a Fahrenheit to Celsius. And I'm giving, say, 0 degree Fahrenheit. Now, when I say 0 degree Fahrenheit, what is the equivalent Celsius the application should calculate and give me the answer? If it's not giving me, that means the software that is designed, the software that was built does not comply to the design. If it does not comply to the design, you don't have quality of the product. So if someone asks you what is quality, you have to talk about this like this. Quality reflects how well it complies or conforms to a given design. That's why I removed software. Any product, quality should conform or comply to the design.
When we are defining a quality, right? Hello?
Now, how do you design a product? How do you design a product? In the design team, and I am the stakeholder, I am the owner of the company, and I'm saying, I want you to design me a washing machine. Okay, I want not a washing machine. I'm saying, I want you to design me I want you to design me a product that can wash the clothes automatically. Okay. Now, what will you do? You will start gathering requirements on what are the features that has to be in the washing machine, correct?
Right.
You will say, okay, the washing machine I should have a place where I can put my clothes in. I should be able to start the washing machine. I should say, okay, I want to wash with hot water or cold water. Now you start writing the requirements, correct?
Mm-hmm. And then I design it.
After you write the requirement, only you go into you design the product. Based on the requirement, you design the product. You don't design the product and then think about the requirement. It's vice versa. You design the product and then you start the requirement, you write the requirement and then you design the product. So anything, requirement governs the design. That's the next slide that you're going to see. You're going to talk about that in the next slide.
Thank you, Ramesh.
You're getting me?
What I understand, your question is what is quality, right?
Yes.
So what I understand is The satisfaction and expectation of the designer of the product.
Satisfaction and expectation of the design of the product. You cannot satisfy a person, right? Are you satisfied with the product that is given to you? Say example, let's take a grinder, a mixer grinder. Are you satisfied with the product?
If it works well, yes, I'm satisfied.
If it works well, then why do you buy another product when this goes wrong? You should buy the same product, right? So satisfaction is something that you can, human beings can never be satisfied. Okay. So let's remove the satisfaction out. Now we are only talking about if I have a set of requirements saying that my washing machine should be able to wash my clothes, my washing machine should have temperature adjustment, my washing machine should have a timer. These are basic requirements that a washing machine should have. Now they will design the product based on these requirements. Now you test the product based on these requirements. Now when you test the product based on this requirement and the product works perfectly fine, right? That means you confirm that the quality of the product matches the design or matches the requirement. Okay, that's how you confirm. That is your job to confirm that the design the product that is given to you for testing. I'm not talking about washing machine. I'm not talking about software. Any product.
Any product, yes.
The product that I give you to test matches the requirement. That's where your job comes in. So you say the quality of the product that is given to test matches the requirement. I sign off. Your work is done. Okay. Now let me clean it up. Now just map up the software to it. The software functional quality reflects how well it complies with or conforms to a given design based on the functional requirement or specifications. What do you mean by functional requirement? I just told we spoke about requirements. Specifications means like specific requirements like I want in temperature only I can give a certain timer, I can give fast spin, slow spin. Timer is one for requirement. In that specifications are I can give fast spin, slow spin, medium spin, like that. All those minute details are specifications. Okay. Put a car as an example. This is how they test the quality of the product. Say test the quality of the car, and then they give a 5-star rating based on how well the quality of the car complies to the given specifications. Right. The next what we are going to see here is next is requirements govern design. So now, what is we spoke about requirement, we spoke about design, we spoke about testing. Now we are mapping each and everything now. Now we are saying that first, as I told you, first requirement comes, then they design, then they test the product. Now in this slide, what we are going to see is we are saying that requirements govern the design. Means that when a requirement is there, that's when you have a design. Say example, even for a car, right? When the blind spot indicator, let's take the example of a blind spot indicator. So initially people were having accidents when they were changing lanes, right? So what they did, they found out the requirement was that to keep the driver safe when he's doing a lane change when the other car in the lane is in a blind spot. So that was a requirement that came up, that to keep the road safe from accidents when the car moves or the driver shifts the lane from A lane to B lane, he should be safe to shift to that lane. So what they did, that was a requirement that came in. They designed the blind spot indicator which will alarm the driver saying that there is already a car in the other lane in your blind spot, do not shift. So every design that comes up has a requirement to it. Without requirement, there is no design. So how do you define software requirement, or how do you define requirement? Here also I want to take out software out. So how do you define requirement? Requirement is a description of a software system, or requirement is a description of a system. Remove the software out. System to be developed, laying out functional and non-functional requirements, and may include a set of use cases that describe blah 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 blah. That's too big, right? Let's stick on to the smaller version of it. Requirement is a description of a system to be developed. Let's stick on to the small one, right? Now, requirement is a description of a system to be developed. Means, right, our washing machine. What are the requirements that we wrote? We wrote that we need to have the washing machine should be able to wash, should have a timer, should have a temperature, should have a slot, should have on and off facility. These are requirements and is the description of the system. So when I develop a product, what is the description of the system? The system, when I talk about, say I want to present my product, present my washing machine. Now machine has an on-off timer. The washing machine you can turn, change the temperature. What am I doing? I'm describing the requirement, nothing else, right? So any salesman that talks about his product, he is basically describing the requirement. That's all. There is nothing new he is going to invent in it. Whatever the requirement was there for that particular product, which got converted into design, is what your sales guy is going to describe. So requirement is a description of the system. So now let's make it short. Let's make this short, right? I want to take this out. I want to take all these blah 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 stuffs out, all these unwanted jargons out. I want everything out. Software out. Software out. Now let's see here. Requirement is the description of a system to be developed. Very simple. Now, washing the clothes, timer, everything is a description of what my washing machine is going to look like. Guys, you are able to understand.